Okay, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing today? Let me just post that real quick. Get up Twitter, get up the chat. Get the team leaks up on Twitter just in case we get some Raya news. Hope we're all doing well, though. Hope we're all having a good Saturday so far. Okay. Right. I believe everything is set up. Get that up. Get that up. Okay. We are good to go. We are good to go. Put that there. Get this up. Can I ask why you have changed again? Changed what again? Nabil with the month. Good morning, Matt. Best of luck. Thank you very much, Nabil. Appreciate the month, man. Hope you're doing well. No Salah or no Diaz. No Salah, no Diaz, no. I don't have any Liverpool attackers in this draft. I got zero. Could hurt, but the draft. Why have I changed the draft again? Well, I mean, I'm not locked in on this. Like, Raya is probably going to change. If we get, I'm probably not going to go with Raya. This is just my current draft. You can't lock it in until like just before team news because there might be something that happens that changes it. I was never locked in. Obviously, I changed my draft a little bit. This is what I would go with if Raya was fine, but I don't know if he's going to be fine. Thank you for that month of membership, though, Nabil. I appreciate it, man. Hope you're doing well. Thoughts on Video Rodgers? No, I think Rodgers is too good, man. I think Rodgers is too good to go without. You know, for 5.2 mil, he is now, but most people got him cheaper than that. I think he's just he's a definite. Bench Pau Torres or Rico Lewis. I mean, we might get early team news about Rico Lewis. They are the early kickoff, aren't they? So you're probably going to get team news about it, and then you just make your decision over that. No ESR. Nope, no ESR. I got rid of him for Semenyo. I think Semenyo is just better over the next few, and then obviously I can just bring in somebody like McNeil if need be. Nabil, dude, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships, man. You did not have to do that, bro. Dude, thank you so much. Can't we get some huge love in the chat for Nabil coming to with the 10 gifted memberships, dude? You did not have to do that one, man. That's so generous, bro. Thank you so much. Did not have to drop the 10 gifties, man. Start Rodgers or DCL this week. I prefer DCL just because he's got the home fixture and he's on penalties. But if I could, I'd start both. Like, I'm starting both this week. But I just prefer midfielders to strikers. But DCL at home on penalties. But they're both good options. They're both really good options. Ipswich away is a little bit more difficult, though. But it is Villa, so they're a much better squad. Dude, Nabil, thank you so much for the 10 gifted, man. You did not have to do that, bro. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So generous. Rate my wildcard. Flecking, Gabriel, Aina, Konza, FaZe, Greaves, Luis Diaz, and Bumo Saka. Wait, put in Bumo twice. Watkins, Havertz, and Haaland. I mean, I probably wouldn't really go with Konza. I'd like the Villa fixtures over the next few. Like, they're not the best. Like, United at home, Fulham away, Bournemouth home, Spurs, Liverpool. I think there's better 4.5 mil defenders. Like, I'd probably go with somebody like Mikolenko, maybe, who has pretty nice fixtures. Maybe a Forest defender as well. I just think that their fixtures are probably better than Villa's over the next few. I know that Forest have got Chelsea away next week, but apart from that, they have some really nice fixtures. And our defensive numbers have been so good. Saliba or Gvardiol, Flecken or Sells. Saliba or Gvardiol, definitely. Flecken or Sells. I mean, Forest defense is much better than Brentford's at the moment. Like, we still haven't had an XGC over 1, even though we've conceded like 2 goals in one game. But I would, I'd probably go Flecken just because he's going to make more saves and stuff. And obviously Chelsea away for Forest next week. Should I spend money and bring in Palmer or Arnold? I mean, you see, this is what I'm not completely set on. Like, if Raya's out, which again I think he will be. He wasn't spotted at the hotel or anything like that. I will probably get rid of Trent, bring in Saliba, and then change Raya to Ederson. And then with that extra mil, I haven't decided yet. I could do anything with that extra mil. Maybe use it on Strand Larson to bring it up to Chris Wood. But then what some people are doing are going Edison till game week 11. Because obviously City have Newcastle away this week. Then they've got Fulham, Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth and Brighton. And then in game week 11, get rid of Edison, bring in Raya, who then has, from game week 11, has Chelsea, Forest, West Ham. You know, like, so that's what some people are doing. And I think that might be what I do as well, if Raya is out. But Palmer over Trent, obviously, I probably prefer to have Palmer, but because I don't think Liverpool are going to keep a ton of clean sheets over the next few. But I don't want to get rid of him. I really, really like this wildcard draft. Raya just has to be fine. Should I, not having any attacking LFC players, is that not risky? Yeah, I mean, look, I understand that obviously Salah's, you know, the GOAT. He's just so much money. And then Diaz, his minutes are always a risk. You know, I think Jota might get more minutes than Diaz this week. I just don't need the headache of loads of different, like, will they start? Will they not start? I just don't know. Aina or Colwell? Probably prefer Aina. He's just got better fixtures. Edison or Raya? Like I say, if Raya's fine, then definitely Raya. But if he's not, then I like the idea of going Edison until like game week 11, 12, and then bringing Raya in. And I think that's what I'll probably do if Raya's out. If we get, you know, early news that Raya's not going to be starting, then I'll probably do that. If we don't get any news, I'll probably still do it, because what we do know is that he wasn't spotted at like the hotel or anything like that. Thank you again for the 10 gifted donor bill. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, man. You did not have to do that. Is having Stuart as my third striker better to have so that I can have Trent? I mean, I'd rather have like, you know, playing forwards. I don't like the idea of just having bench fodder, especially this season there's a lot more fixtures, so there's going to be a lot more benchings, a lot more rotation. I just like having a lot of playing players, which is why I've gone for a 5.5 mil striker instead of like a 4.5 mil striker. Any Man City team lineup leaks? Nothing yet. I'm hoping it'll get leaked, though. I'm assuming people want to know because of Rico Lewis, who is somebody that I don't know if I still don't know if I'd bring him in, even if he was leaked to start, because he's just going to be a rotation risk, isn't he? So I don't know. He'd be so nice, though. So nice as an option. Start Wood or Rodgers. Probably Wood, just on penalties, home fixture. Calvin Lewin or Larson. I prefer Lewin. Definitely Calvin Lewin. On penalties, better minutes, better fixtures. Like, the only reason Strand Larson's there is because I need it. Like, I can't afford Chris Wood. His fixtures aren't great until game week 9. But he's not going to be someone that I'm playing, really. But yeah, game week 9 onwards, they've got Brighton, Palace, Southampton, Fulham, Bournemouth. Like, if you're on a game week 8 wild card, maybe 8 Nori is a good shout, because, you know, you've got the sea of green fixtures ready for him, which I do really like. There's a lot of really good fixtures there for Wolves, so. So now we can save our free transfer even if we're wildcarding. Yeah, so I saved my free transfer in game week 7. So now, after this wildcard, I'll actually have another free transfer, which I'm very, very happy about. Gone big on goalkeepers, and it's worked so far this season. Got a Nana goalkeeper coming on for Raya. Do I start Garnacho over Solanke, hoping for Man U clean sheet? I'd definitely start Solanke this week, because you know Solanke's going to start, whereas Garnacho has been so up in the air with his minutes and stuff, hasn't he? Monkey Man, how you doing? Thoughts on Piquet? He's not too bad, Tobias, but I just think there's probably better options around that price point. Every holiday said Ray not pictured at hotel and not training. Yeah, that's the latest we've had, that he wasn't at the hotel. Like I say, I don't think he's going to start. So what I'll probably do is something like this. So I'll probably, if he doesn't start, which again I don't think he will, I should probably get this ready, to be fair. In fact, I'm going to. Let me get this up ready. So if Raya's not in, let me make a Raya draft, and let me make a non-Raya draft, because I kind of need to do that. Right, so I'll probably bring Edison in. I'll get rid of I mean, I could do that, but then I only have double Arsenal. I could do this, but I like double Arsenal. I'm not a mass, like, I feel like on a wild card you have to go triple Arsenal. Your thoughts on Bowen on a wild card? I don't mind him. I think he is about to drop in price. I don't even know what the fixtures look like for West Ham at the moment. I feel like they've been bad forever. Are they about to become good? So Brentford, Ipswich, Spurs, United, Forest, Everton, Newcastle, Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, he's all right, but if you don't have Mbumo, I'd much rather have Mbumo on a wildcard draft. Much rather have Mbumo on a wildcard draft. What do you think about Salah plus Diaz? I wouldn't really go with both of them. Obviously Diaz can't cover Salah, but I don't think going both is the option because I mean this week is good, especially with that bug that's apparently going around the Wolves camp. But after that, you know, they've got Palace away, which, you know, Palace can be very, very good at the back. Then Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, Brighton's tough, Villa's tough. Then they've got Southampton, and then they've got City and Newcastle. Like, even from a defensive standpoint, it's not looking good. So I'm not, like, crazy, crazy upset about having to get rid of Trent, but... Bench 2, Eze, Mateta, or Rodgers? I'd probably bench Mateta, but... I don't know, because... Thing is, you don't know who's on pens out of Eze and Mateta. They're both on pens. Because if one of them wasn't on pens, I'd just get rid of him, but... What do you think of Rico Lewis instead of Milenkovic? Yeah, I mean, we should get early team news about Lewis. So if we get that, then obviously it'll help your decision. But also, that's only going to be 1 week. You know, you'd arguably want Lewis starting for quite a few. Just have to make sure you have a good bench ready if Lewis gets benched. But obviously, you can always come off the bench for a minute. You never know. I have Haaland, Palmer, Saka too. Why do you prefer Haaland as captain? I haven't decided who gets captain this week. He's just unreal. And Newcastle just look really, really bad at the moment. Like... Saka obviously is also a good captaincy option this week, but at the same time, I feel like his ceiling's just never as high. He'll always snatch like a little assist or a goal or something, but he doesn't really have a double-digit haul. Whereas Haaland, when he gets going, you know. He scored 1 goal against Arsenal and still finished with like 9 points last week, so. Bench 1 of Palmer, Saka, and Mbumo, Semenyo, Luis Diaz, Watkins, Calvert-Lewin, Wood. Probably Calvert-Lewin. My total money in FPL, it's all this plus 1. How do you even check? Is it on your status? I remember, how do you even check your money? I can't remember. I always forget how to, is it on your list? I don't remember how you check your money. I feel like it changes every season. Is it on my points? Is it on my game week history? I don't know where it is. It's down here somewhere, isn't it? I have 101.4. 101.4 mil. 101.4 mil in the bank. 101.4 mil. Which is decent. That's gone up a bit in a few game weeks. Best 4.5 mil goalkeeper. Probably Flecken. You could upgrade Strand Larson to Calvert-Lewin. I already have Calvert-Lewin. Help me understand your selection of Nottingham Forest defender. We haven't conceded over an XG of 1 this whole season, and we've got really good fixtures coming up. If you take a look at our defensive numbers, XGC of 0.94 against Brighton, 0.94 against Liverpool away, by the way, 0.74 against Wolves, 0.14 against Southampton. Like, our defensive numbers are really good, and the fixtures are great. Apart from Chelsea away next week, we've got Fulham at home, Palace at home, Leicester away, West Ham at home. Just really, really nice fixtures. You could go somebody else if you wanted to. Like, on this wildcard draft, I could go for a Brentford defender instead. But Brentford's defense has been woeful. It's been so bad. Like, Flecken's a good shout because he'll make save points. But from a defensive standpoint, they're not great. Yeah, if I go with... Hang on, I need to make this draft real quick. If I go with this and I get rid of Trent for Saliba, I will go for Wood. Which will be a bit annoying because I think he's just gone up in price. But it is what it is. Yeah, he's 6.2 now. So at 0.4, I'd be able to do that. So this is what I'll do if Raya's out. This is the kind of draft I'll go with. Something like that. Maybe. There's not really anyone else that I'd kind of... I could go Rico Lewis over Mikolenko. But that would be like double City defense, which I could go with. And then just play Lewis, Gabriel, and Saliba this week. So that's something I could do. Could go Lewis as well over Mikolenko. But I think that extra 0.4 would come in handy. And I'm not really, really convinced about Lewis either. Like, he's a great player when he starts, but is he going to start every week? That's the worry. I used my 2 transfers early thinking João Pedro would play. Should I take a -8 to get him out? Salah for Saka and Pedro for another striker. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take a -8 to get Salah out for Saka. No way. No way. Like, Salah could go big this week. Wolves, apparently, there's a bug around the camp. So, if they're playing these, like, 18-year-old defenders, he's going to have a field day. What do I think about Salah plus Luis Diaz? Yeah, I wouldn't go with both. I don't think the fixtures are that good to go with both. Danny Welbeck, I think the train's kind of gone. The ship has sailed on that. My score prediction on United versus Spurs. I think 1-1. I think 1-1. I might transfer out João Pedro and Eze to either Solanke and Ahmad or Havertz on a 4.4 mid. Probably do Solanke and Ahmad if I was going to go with that. Differential captain Havertz. Very, very differential. Very, very differential. I don't mind it. You know, it's not a bad fixture. Leicester at home. Leicester do leak in goals. Edison or Martinez? Edison, 100%. Lars, put your team, but no LFC players is going to give me nightmares. Yeah, no, it's... it wouldn't be ideal. It wouldn't be ideal. But, I mean, you can't have everyone. You can't have everyone. If you can only get one of Wood and DCL, who would it be? I like DCL a little bit more just because the fixtures are a tiny bit better. And he's a little bit cheaper. They're both on penalties. But then again, it's, you know, Calvert-Lewin's so injury prone. It takes one injury and then you got to use transfer to get him out. But I've gone with Calvert-Lewin. Best 1 week midfield punt, Diaz and Bumo. Trossard, 8.5 mil in the bank. I'm wildcarding next week. You have Diaz and Bumo, Trossard, 8.5 mil in the bank. 1 week punt, 8.5 mil this week. I don't know. You could go for somebody... Go for like a City player or something. If we get early team news about City, and then one of their midfielders is starting, you could go with that. I know that Newcastle away isn't the greatest fixture, but Newcastle have been really, really bad at the moment. -4 transfer out Isak for who? Finally, a team without Luis Diaz. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people only had Luis Diaz because of the price rises, to be fair. But I'm not going to go with him. Captain Salah versus Wolves or Haaland? I like both of them. I mean, Salah should go big against Wolves, especially if there is a bug around the camp, because they're just not going to be playing like a lot of their first team. I have a player from every fixture this week. Should I triple captain Haaland to have more upper hand? You have a player from every fixture. I wouldn't triple I wouldn't triple captain Haaland this week. Trent or double Arsenal defense? I think double Arsenal defense is better than having Trent. In a perfect world, you have both, but if Raya's out, then you won't be able to do that. Victor, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So if you bought Edison, would you keep him long term? I'd keep him until game week like 11 or 12 because Edison's fixtures are really good until like game week 12. Like Newcastle away is not great, but then Fulham, Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth, and Brighton, and then they've got Spurs at home in 12, and then you get rid of him for Raya, who in game week 12 has Forest, West Ham, United, Fulham, Everton. So it's just a really nice swap, and Raya will be back by then. So that's what I will do. So I'll lock that transfer in, obviously in a while. I don't like making goalkeeper transfers, but that is something that I would do. I could just get rid of Edison. I could just get rid of Raya, go with Edison, and then go Trent as well. But I'd only have 2 Arsenal players, and I just feel like you have to have you have to have 3 Arsenal defenders if you're on wildcard. Thoughts on Martinelli? I have no Arsenal. Yeah, I mean with Ødegaard out. He should get a lot more starts. I don't know what his starts have been like, to be fair. I don't really keep track of these players. They're just such rotation risks. But he's had okay minutes, to be fair. Since Ødegaard's injury, he's had 79 and 86. He hasn't done much this season, though. He's got 1 assist against City. I think Trossard might be a little bit of a better shout, to be fair, than Martinelli, personally. But that's just my 2 cents. Einar or Milenkovic? I think I've gone Milenkovic just because he's a bit of a threat on corners. Obviously, he's such a tall guy. And I don't think Einar is crazy attacking. So that's why I've gone Milenkovic. But either's good. Why no Solanke? Just can't afford him. Wood or Rodgers this week? Probably Wood on penalties. Home fixture. I could bring in Solanke if I wanted to. I'd have to downgrade Raya to Flecken and Trent to Saliba, and then I can upgrade Strand Larsen to Solanke. So I could do that. Like I say, I'm not locked in on my wildcard at all. Like, this is my current draft. This will be my draft without Raya if he's confirmed to not start, or like if we get no information on it. So double Arsenal defense, Edison instead of Raya, and then Wood up top as well as Calvert-Lewin. And then I'd probably play Wood this week if I had the option between Calvert-Lewin and Wood. Or I could play both and bench Rodgers because they are both on penalties. So yeah, I've got a couple of wildcard drafts ready to go. Best transfer in this week, an Arsenal player. If you don't have Saka, then Saka. If you don't have an Arsenal defender, then one of them. What priority player would make if no Arsenal can't get to Saka without getting rid of Palmer, Watkins, and only get to Havertz or one Arsenal defender? Priority. You can't get Saka without getting rid of Palmer or Watkins. I think Saka, to be fair. He's on penalties. He's got Southampton at home, and then he's got Leicester and Southampton coming up. I think Saka's the most important Arsenal player to own right now. He's on set pieces. I'd say it goes Saka, Gabriel, and then maybe like Havertz or somebody like that, or Raya or Saliba. It depends if you're going double attack or double defense, really. I do see the positives of owning Havertz, but at the same time, it just ruined like the rest of my team. Start 2 of DCL, Rodgers or Wood. I'd definitely start Wood, and then, yeah, between DCL and Rodgers. Obviously, DCL's on penalties. He's got the home fixture. Yeah, but maybe DCL and Wood. It's a flip of a coin. Worth using a free Isaac to Havertz, even if Isaac's on the bench. Yeah, Isaac to Havertz I quite like, especially for a free. Thanks, mate. Great content. Thank you, Cloud. Porro or Lewis if Lewis starts. I've gone off a bit of the Porro hype, man. I started the season with him, and from recent weeks... wait. Raya news was expected. Wait, is Raya not in? Somebody's tweeted out saying Raya was... Yeah, Leaked Lineups has tweeted out saying Raya news was expected, meaning this will be the first start today for... Alright, so yeah, Raya doesn't start. Alright, so I'm getting rid of Raya. Right, so Raya definitely doesn't start, according to Leaked Lineups. So let me get rid of Raya. So I need to make that transfer to Edison. At least I think, anyway. It's Leaked Lineups that's tweeted it out, which is a very, very good account. So I think that is legit. I'm pretty sure that's legit. Because I don't want to go fast, and then obviously he's 5.6, so... Wood or DCL already have Aina. I'd probably play Wood over DCL this week. João Pedro out today as well. Getting some 3 p.m. early team news. You love to see it. So yeah, it looks like Ray is out. João Pedro is out as well, but that was expected. Can't afford Palmer. Who would you have instead? Instead of Palmer, out of... Like, what are your options? Like, what's the rest of your team? Sells or Flecken? I think I like Flecken a little bit more just because of his save potential. And obviously we have Chelsea away next week. Double Arsenal defence with Saka and Bumo, Luis Diaz, Rodgers and Semenyo. Yeah, don't mind that. Nothing wrong with that. Again, like, Luis Diaz is a good option. I've got no Liverpool attackers, which is, you know, some people will like raise their eyebrow at, but it's what it is. You can't have everyone. You can't have everyone. So annoying that Ray is not in, man. I wanted him all season, and now he's bloody out. But at least I'm on a wild card when he's out. You know, at least I didn't bring him in and then he was injured. That would have been really annoying. -4 for Pedro. Or just play Adama instead. Probably just play Adama instead. I wouldn't really take a -4. Like, Pedro might be back next week. Is having DCL and McNeil a problem? I can't get Semenyo. I don't think it's a problem. They've got really nice fixtures coming up. You don't have to play them both every week, do you? Or do you? I don't know what the rest of your team's looking like. So Palmer plus Havertz versus Saka plus Jackson. Probably Saka plus Jackson. If I was going to go with one of them. Is Muric of Ipswich a good option as a 4.4 mil goalkeeper? They got good fixtures ahead. Yeah, I mean, it could be a bit of a shout, but I think they will concede a lot of goals. Any news on Rico Lewis? No news yet. The only news we've had is that Raya is out, and also João Pedro is out as well. But that's from that's from Elite Lineups, which is obviously a very, very good account. A very reliable account. So it looks like Dunk to start, or probably. I probably wouldn't start Dunk. Probably start Mazraoui. Aina or Digne. Probably Digne this week. I don't know. Yeah, probably Digne this week. And if you go with Luis Diaz in the middle and Jackson up front, yeah, I mean, you could do with that. Again, the minutes risk, though. There's always a minutes risk. Which account, sorry? It's Leaked Lineups on Twitter. That's all we've had so far, though. I'm still kind of seeing if we get anything at all. That's apparently the situation, though. But there's players like There's players like Lewis as well that just aren't nailed. Like, there's so many players that just are not nailed. And I don't like the idea of just having such a flaky squad in terms of how nailed they are. Bench one, ESR, Rogers, Eze, Jota, or DCL. I'd probably bench Smith Rowe out of all those. Taking a punt on King Vardy. Don't mind it. I blocked him since before. Not sure he is reliable. Have you blocked him before? Okay. Fair play. All right. I won't make any drastic changes yet then until closer to the deadline. Because if I take Raya out and then he does start, I'm going to spend an extra point to bring him in, which I can do, but it's just really annoying. I've got an hour until the deadline, so I can wait a bit longer. Harry has news that Raya was seen in the Arsenal team hotel this morning. That's throwing a spanner in the works, isn't it? So, oh man, we need to know. We need to know if he was seen at the hotel. That's good, right? So he wasn't seen at the hotel last night, but now he is at the hotel. Thoughts on going with Neto instead of Raya? No, I wouldn't go Neto or Raya. Will Son start against United? Any sources? He went off at half time, didn't he, with a knock? So I've got no idea. No idea, unless we get early team news. Surely elite lineups is fake. Well, I didn't know this. I've still followed them. I haven't blocked them, so I don't know. I'm gonna wait for more information on it. Have we had any? All we've had is that apparently David Raya is in today's match day squad for Arsenal. This is what a turn of events. Wildcard Raya injury. Well, we don't know if he's injured. This is my draft if he's injured. I'll be having Edison instead. This is my draft without Raya. Best 5.4 mil or under, probably McNeil. Any midfield max 5.1 that you would swap Adama or Fulham with? Already got Rogers. Probably, what's the Southampton player called? There's a Southampton player that's like 4.5 or 4.4. It is Dibbling. Yeah, probably Dibbling. Dibbling's a good shout. I mean, he's getting a lot more minutes now. He's only 4.5. So he's a decent shout, really. But this will be my draft if Ray is fine. Salah plus Diaz or Saka plus Diaz? Probably Saka plus Diaz. I like Saka the most over the next two. Oh, is McNeil 5.5 now? Did he go up? Didn't know that. I don't think Adama's a great option. If you can't afford anyone, then I'd probably just go for, like I say, the Dibbling guy. Because at least then you save a bit of money as well. Start two of either DCL, Wood, or Rogers. I'd definitely start Wood, and then I'd probably start... DCL or Rogers is tough, because DCL's on pens. Is our home fixture, but Palace are a much better side than Ipswich. Best 4.5 mil goalkeeper. You're looking at Flecken or Sells, really. Probably Flecken. He does have the better fixtures. The defensive numbers aren't as good, but at the same time, he is he's probably the better option, yeah. Dude, this David Raya saga is ridiculous. 12 hours ago, he wasn't spotted. Now he has been spotted, and he's apparently in the matchday squad. Apparently, but we don't know. Because some sources are saying yes, some sources are saying no. We now have people saying he is starting 7 minutes ago. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait for more news before I pull the trigger. Salah and Wood or Saka and Watkins? I don't know. Like, I feel like you have to have Saka. Are you on a wildcard draft? I assume no. Thoughts on Colwell and Jackson? I probably wouldn't go on a double up with Chelsea because the fixtures are alright over the next two, but then they do get a bit bad, especially from a defensive standpoint. Trent or Saliba already have Gabriel and Saka, no Liverpool. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? Like if Raya is not fine, I would definitely go Saliba and Gabriel. Like double Arsenal defense, I think is a must. Is a must this week. Trent is, like I say, Trent is a great option. Like he always has been, he always will be. But from a defensive standpoint, are they really that good? Like Palace away, Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, Brighton at home, Villa at home, and then City and Newcastle away. Like they're not great. Like they're really not. And is it going to be the end of the world if I get rid of him? Like probably not. Thoughts on Savio over Rodgers for differential? I'd wait for early team news on him because we probably will get some City news because we are it is the early kickoff. So sorry to ask, but why don't you read my messages? I haven't seen your message. What was your message? Oh, I have no Palmer, Rodgers, Smith Rowe, and Savio. Do I keep Savio or not? I have free transfers. I like I say, wait for team news. There's no point of making a transfer yet because we might get team news for City. With the Raya draft, isn't your bench very weak? I don't think so. These are all playing players. I don't think it's weak. Mikolenko starts, Greaves starts, Larson started all the last fixtures. He's had 83, 90, 85, 85, 64. Plus, the Wolves fixtures are really, really good from Game Week 9 onwards. I've got Brighton, Palace, Southampton, Fulham, Bournemouth, Everton, West Ham, Ipswich, and Leicester. Could go Raul Jimenez if I wanted to instead, but just a bit of a punt. Luis or Pau Torres? I'd wait for team news. We should hopefully get some City leaks. He's not terrible, Revolution. He's not terrible. Plus, the United fixtures get really, really good soon. Hi, on Wildcard, would you go Dallo over Mazraoui or prefer Money in the Bank? Cheers. Remember to hit the like button, guys. Yeah, I'd probably go Mazraoui, just for that extra money. And yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like. It is completely free. It is a completely free way to support the stream and the channel. Make sure to subscribe as well, guys, if you're brand new. We do go live with these deadline streams every single week. Just need that Raya news, man. I don't know, because if he's out, I don't know if I need Trent. But then if I get rid of Trent, like, who am I going to bring in? Like, is having DCL and McNeil bad? I can't have Semenyo. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's like the fixtures are really good for Everton. I mean, I've got Mikolenko and Calvert-Lewin at the moment, so I've got two Everton players, which isn't great. But Mark, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Jackson, Mateta, or Wood? What, long term or short term? Jackson definitely short term, but probably Wood long term. What's the plan if Calvin doesn't pay off? If Calvert-Lewin doesn't pay off, well, I mean, the only way he's going to stop playing is if he gets injured, right? He's not going to lose his spot. He's played 75, 71, 87, 90, 90, and the fixtures are really, really good for him as well. So that's why I've gone Calvert-Lewin. Oh, am I going to if Calvert-Lewin doesn't work, then I'll just jump to I don't know. There's a few other strikers. I can always play Strand Larson instead. I pretty much have the same team on my wild card. Would you have Diaz and DCL or Smith Rowe and Watkins? Currently, I've got Smith Rowe and Watkins. Diaz and DCL are decent as well, though. To be fair, like Diaz obviously has hit the ground running, but Slot himself even said they've had easy fixtures, so that's also something to take into account. Let me see if there's been any more Raya news. Let me know if you hear anything about Raya, by the way, guys. Like, I know that other people have, like, sources and stuff like that, so do let me know if you hear anything at all about him. Son is flagged. Will he play? I don't know. He came off at half-time in the Europa League, didn't he? So I'm not sure. We couldn't tell you, man. I have absolutely no idea. We haven't really heard anything about him. The good thing is, Postecoglou is, he's always straight up, but obviously he hasn't said anything, so... Pretty much have the same... Oh, I just read that. Is Cala Fiori starting? I mean, should do, but... Muniz to Eddie Nketiah. Can you not get to Calvert-Lewin or Wood? They're much better options than Nketiah. I've got Raya too. I think I'm going to keep him. Well, I'm only going to keep him if he's confirmed to start. Like, it's too risky to go with him if he doesn't start. It's just, if he doesn't start, he kind of tears up my wildcard draft. Because if he doesn't start, then this is what I'm going with. So I'd be bringing Edison for him. I'd have Saliba instead of Trent, and then I'd have Wood instead of Strand Larson. I'd still have 0.4 in the bank, which I could use on... I don't know. I like having that money in the bank just in case, but... I could always go from Mikolenko to somebody else instead. So... I don't know. I don't mind this draft, though. I really don't mind it, because... The only thing is, obviously, I don't have Trent. But at the same time, the fixtures just aren't that good. But I'd probably get rid of Mikolenko, to be fair, if I had 0.4. I'd probably bring in a 4.5 mil defender. I could bring in Lewis if I wanted to, but... I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've got like an hour to decide, and I really don't know what to do. Do I start Aina or Konza? Probably Konza this week. Should I start Collins or Colwill this week? Probably Colwill. Bro, Luis Diaz and Trent or Salah and Konate. I don't think... I'll probably do Diaz and Trent. I don't think Konate's worth having. I don't think Liverpool are going to keep a ton of clean sheets over the next few. Should I remove Ben, Barrett and Diaz and put Elanga in, Rodgers or Onana? Definitely Rodgers. Should I start Collins or Colwill this week? Yes. I'd probably go Colwill. Start Mateta or Rodgers, probably... I'd probably go Rodgers. I don't know. Everton away for Palace. I mean, Branthwaite is back, so Everton's defensive numbers are hopefully going to be a lot better. But yeah, I'd probably still go Rodgers, to be fair. So yeah, he has been... Raya has been spotted this morning with the squad. So I don't know why he'd be spotted. Like, if he was spotted, then surely he starts. Like, there's no point of him being there if he doesn't start, you know? Like, what's the point? So I think he definitely starts. But, like, why? Like, as a goalkeeper, there's no point of you being there unless you start. Apparently, Gvardiol, Gundogan, and Rico Lewis start. But again, that's from League Lineup, who also just said that Raya doesn't start. So, I don't know. I can't really... I don't know. Why not Moreno over Millie 0.1 less and much more attacking? Moreno got hooked at halftime, so he's not guaranteed. His minutes aren't guaranteed. He should start every game, but if he's getting hooked at halftime, then it's pointless, just for an extra 0.1. Like I say, I'd start Colwill this week, Mads. Start Wood or Rodgers, I'd start Wood. Lewis or Porro? I mean, Porro's safer, obviously, as an option. He's a lot more expensive. Is Vandenberg over Greaves okay? I'd probably still go Greaves, to be fair. I don't think Vandenberg is, like, nailed at all. I'd probably go Greaves. Is Robinson any good this week? It's not terrible. Forest away. It's not awful. If you don't have, like... I'm sure there's other transfers you'd rather make than getting rid of him. And if you can get rid of Robinson this week, it'd be a very luxury transfer. I don't think you need to get rid of him. Robinson or Lewis this week? Well, I don't know if Lewis starts yet. You know Robinson's definitely going to start, but we don't know if Lewis starts. There's different sources saying different things now. I think this... What is this music in the background? Let's move it on. Just trying to keep tabs on all this stuff. Raya starts. He's apparently with the squad. For me, I just don't know why he would be with the squad if he doesn't start. Like as a goalkeeper, there's no point of you being with the squad if you're potentially injured. There's no point of you, if you're potentially injured, to just go and travel with the squad and just sit there on the bench if you're injured. Like, you may as well just be at home recovering. So for me, if he's with the squad, he starts. Especially because it's a goalkeeper. My only bench cover is Faze. Would you do João Pedro to Wood for a hit? Yeah, probably do. Yeah, I mean, João Pedro's not starting. You know, the manager said he's out, so probably do that. Because Faze, I mean, you know, Arsenal away, that's not a fixture you really want to play him in, so I'd probably do that. Is it worth downgrading Smith Rowe or Dibbling for Raya? Maybe. I mean, wait for if we might not even get confirmation that he starts or not. If we don't get confirmation he starts, I wouldn't do that. My view on Aina, yeah, Aina's a good option. He's just not as attacking as I'd like to be. I've gone Milenkovic just simply because he's a threat on corners, because he's so tall. Gabriel or Saliba. Buying Saliba helps me get in Watkins. I mean, Gabriel is better than Saliba. He's much more threatening on corners. I'm assuming you're 0.1 off Watkins then. How are you today, mate? With a rank of 5 mil, is it wise or desperation to put the triple captaincy on either Saka or Salah this game week? I have both and no Haaland. Mate, honestly, 5 mil, it doesn't matter. At this stage of the season, it really doesn't matter. Like, how many points are you on? Like, I'm on 339. I'm on 1.3 mil. You're probably on what, like 310 maybe? Like, you can easily get that those points back. Raya, we don't know. He's been seen with the squad, apparently. That's all that's been said. We don't know if he is. And this is from Andy as well. Let's Talk FPL said on his live that Tiki Taka Connor, the source who said Raya wasn't spotted last night, has messaged him and said Raya has now been spotted in the morning with the squad. So, why not buy Neto with your 0.5? That way, if Raya doesn't start, then you're covered with a goalkeeper's perspective. Because I already have triple Arsenal. I wouldn't go, because I'd rather just I can't bring in 2 Arsenal goalkeepers. That's just not, it's not worth it. 287 points, I hold the triple captaincy. I mean, it's not terrible, man. There's a long season. It's a long season. Will there be any more price rises before the deadline? No, the price rises are only like 1 a.m. in the morning. You went with DCL over Wood. I can't afford Wood. I only have 0.1 in the bank. So I'm 0.2 off having Wood. I could downgrade Mikolenko to a 4 mil player, but I'm not going to do that. I think Calvert-Lewin's got better fixtures than Wood anyway, so I'm on 327 better than last season. Yeah, like, it's early days, chat. It's so early that it like, rank doesn't really matter at the, like, once we're like game week 15, that's when rank starts kind of coming through. The team I want is 0.1 short. 0.1 short. Jeez, man, that's unlucky. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, when all these price changes happen, it can come to like bite you later on in the line, like later on down the line. Thanks everyone. Like the stream, help the guy out. Thank you, Jarrett. Much appreciated, man. Like I said, I'm keeping tab. Like I said, if you get any early team news, guys, that is legit, like, let me know, because I'm still waiting for this Raya stuff. Like I say, if he's spotted, I just don't know why he wouldn't start, but I don't want to convince anyone to make any moves. That's just my personal opinion. I think if he's with the squad, I think I just keep him. See, I don't even know, Moen. I don't even know. See, that's a risk in itself. You don't want to go 2 Arsenal keepers because you lose one of your Arsenal spots. It makes no sense to do that. Semenyo, Rodgers, and Solanke. Which 2 should I start? Definitely Semenyo, and then, yeah, probably Solanke. I don't know, if Son's out, it definitely hinders Spurs a lot. But, right, any more Raya news? Let's go with the latest. Raya or Lewis, or... Yeah, so the only update we've had is that he's at the hotel with him. Would you start Lewis, Einer, or Greaves? I'd start Lewis if we get team news that he starts. Which we should. I mean, it's the early kickoff, so... I was thinking bringing Neto and changing to Raya next week. Yeah, but then what if Raya starts? Like, then you've locked in a transfer and you've got nothing for Neto. It's just too risky. It's way too risky. Is it worth taking a hit to get rid of Welbeck? Get rid of Welbeck? No, Chelsea away is not a terrible fixture. Rodgers versus Woods, bench one. Probably bench Rodgers. Woods is on penalties. Home fixture as well. Probably do that. Still nothing, man. Just need to know. Because even if Raya's in, like... I was like, when I made this draft, I was really, really happy with it. Because I've got double Arsenal defence. Trent's still there. I've got Saka. Palmer's in. I've got Haaland. And Mbumo's in. Semenyo's really good. Like, Strand Larsen rotates well with Calvert-Lewin as well. Is Captain and Gabriel crazy? Yeah. I wouldn't captain Gabriel this week. If he scores a bullet header and gets a clean sheet, fair play. But I think, you know, an attacker is much more likely to go big this week. Would you sacrifice Rodgers or Semenyo to bring Raya in? Just stick with Flecken. I mean, I think Rodgers and Semenyo are both very good attackers to own. Like, Semenyo's had the most shots in the league now. So he's definitely somebody that I want, especially with Southampton at home this week. And then Rodgers is just the best enabler in the game. Is there no other way you can get to Raya? You reckon you're not going to play Rodgers for a few weeks if it's worth downgraded to Dibblings? Well, I'm playing Rodgers this week, so. There's no Liverpool Football Club draft players is killing me low. Is there any way of getting draft of Palmer, Haaland, Saka, and LFC attacker? I mean, probably. You could probably get rid of Mbumo for Diaz, but there's no way I'm getting rid of Mbumo. Hey, I've accidentally taken a -30 instead of wildcarding with Pedro and Raya. Should I still out or change my team to fit a better wildcard? If you've taken a -30 wildcard, because that -30 is going to hurt. So if you've taken a -30, definitely wildcard, man, 100%. But I'm in the top 200k in rank, so I'm doing okay. Yeah, you won't be anywhere near top 200k if you take 30-point hit. You're going to have to wildcard. Am I wildcarding? Yeah, this is my wildcard draft. If Raya doesn't start, this will be my wildcard draft. So I've made this if Raya doesn't start. I'll probably activate this like 10 minutes to go, like 5 minutes to go maybe, if Raya isn't confirmed. So if Raya's not in, I switch to Edison. Trent downgrades to Saliba, and then also Strands Larson goes up to Wood. And I have 0.4 in the bank. And I'd probably get rid of Mikolenko and bring in somebody else as well. A different 4.5 mil defender. So that's the situation. Will Raya play? He's at the hotel with the squad. That's all we know. For me, as a goalkeeper, I don't see why you would be at the squad if you didn't play. So apparently Raya has been spotted at the hotel this morning, but I have no way to confirm, and there's apparently a video that I haven't seen. So far as I'm concerned, he's still a doubt until we hear or see more. Apparently Raya has been spotted at the hotel this morning, but I have no way to confirm. Yeah, okay. I need to unfollow this Elite Lineups guy, man. I don't trust him. A lot of people have got him blocked, so I'm going to unfollow him. Would you play Iwobi versus Forest or Maddison versus Man United? Oh, Maddison all day. Wolves player is Strand Larson. Yeah, what's wrong with him? He's looked very, very good for them. He started every fixture and has a really good fixture and after game week 8 as well. We've got Brighton, Palace, Southampton, Fulham, Bournemouth. Rotates really nicely with Calvert-Lewin. Like Calvert-Lewin has Newcastle at home in 7. Strand Larson has Brentford away, I believe. So, and then when he has City in 8, I play Calvert-Lewin again. They just rotate really nicely, so I don't mind it. Duran and Barnes or Watkins? I wouldn't do Duran and Barnes because Duran is not getting any starts, and Barnes is also very risky. I know the subbing risk, but is Moreno the #1 choice at left back for Forest? I mean, I think so. I think he is. As a Forest fan, I don't know why he wouldn't be. He's been very good for us. It's just that half-time sub. It just, for an extra 0.1, I don't think it's worth it. I think Aina or Milenkovic is much more of a better option. I mean, Milenkovic does have that aerial threat on corners as well, you know. Who is the Wolves player on your bench? Yeah, Strand Larson. It's a new Wolves player they bought this season. I'll probably play Robinson this week, Crusher. And Mbumo, Palmer, Rodgers, Smith Rowe, Diaz, Jackson, Calvert-Lewin, Haaland. Who would you pick to start among those? I'd probably bench Calvert-Lewin. No, I'd probably bench Smith Rowe, sorry. Dibbling or Cavallo for bench option. Dibbling has minutes, but Cavallo can go explosive. Yeah, Dibbling's obviously a lot safer. If he's a bench option, you don't like Cavallo might go explosive when he's on your bench. So I'd probably just go Dibbling because you get obviously more money. Havertz or Watkins? Probably Havertz over the next 2. Why no Diaz? Because I don't want him. In X-Rare comeback PSG match? Wait, what? Would you captain Watkins? Probably not this week. It's weird because a lot of people like they'll say like, why have you got no Diaz or why have you not got this player? But then if you have them, they'll be like, why is your wildcard so template? So you just can't really win. Like my wildcard draft is not template at all. Like nobody has Milenkovic. I've not seen any wildcard drafts with Palmer. And I've got like Strand Larson, stuff like that. Like, my wildcard draft is completely different to a lot of people's. I've got obviously a lot of template players like Gabriel, Saka, Calvert-Lewin, stuff like that. But obviously I'm not going to go completely against the template. Start DCL or Rodgers, probably DCL. Bench Rodgers or ESR. ESR, you keep it rare if no further details. For me, I don't know why he'd be there in the hotel if he doesn't start. As a goalkeeper, there's no point of you being in the team if you're not starting. If you're first choice, you may as well just be at home recovering if you're injured. So I'd probably keep him. But again, if he doesn't start, Raya then becomes Edison. This is my no Raya draft that I think I'd go with. So Raya, I get rid of for Edison. I have Gabriel and Sleeper, so I get rid of Trent. And then I'll probably upgrade Mikolenko as well. I don't know. Who do you think's the 4.5? Who do you think the best 4.5 mil defender is, chat? If you had an option, up to 4.7. Who do you think the best option is? I mean, Rico Lewis is right there, but if I went with this draft, I don't think I'd want Lewis. You know, I think I'd just go for a different 4.5 mil defender. So I don't want Lewis to be like a bench headache. Is it worth downgrading Wood to Lewis to Porro? No, I wouldn't do that, Star-Lord. Would you go Salah plus Konate on wildcard or Diaz plus Arnold? Probably Diaz plus Arnold. I think Colwell's the best. Aina, Dunk, Colwell. Already got a Forest defender. Don't like any of them. I take the Davis punt. Colwell is decent 4 point. Yeah, Colwell's not terrible. So maybe I'll go Colwell instead. Play him this week. So yeah, I'd probably do that. Just get rid of Mikolenko. Thing is, Colwell's fixtures, like, after the next two are quite... They've got Liverpool, Newcastle, United, Arsenal over the next 4. So he just becomes, like, not really an option I can bring in then. Maybe... Might even be a United defender, to be fair. Because I wouldn't have to play him this week. They've got Spurs at home. But then I have him for the fixture in an 8. It's just, obviously, next week I'd have a bit of a tough... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do that. Because game week 8 onwards... Brentford, West Ham, Leicester, Ipswich, Everton. Really nice fixtures. So maybe something like that. I don't know. I haven't decided on that player yet. Robinson I've just got rid of. So I also own Robinson. If I chose to go Maddison over Iwobi, I may probably go Iwobi over Robinson too. I have a feeling Wood and his gang will mess up that clean sheet anyway. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I don't think Fulham keep a clean sheet against Forest. Especially because it's at the City ground. We've been very good so far. Which mid-attacker are you benching? In this draft, I would probably bench... I'd probably bench Rodgers. I'd probably play Calvert-Lewin and Wood, just because they're both on pens. If I went with this draft. This is my current draft, if Raya's fine. What do you think about Solanke? Yeah, Solanke's a good shout. I mean, obviously, if Son's out, then I think he's a bit of a worse option, but I still don't think he's that bad. He could be on penalties as well. Like, they haven't had a penalty. Obviously, he was on penalties at Bournemouth. So we don't know. Havertz or Solanke? I like Havertz over the next two. I like Havertz over the next two. I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. Yeah, exactly, Tajesh. That's who I'd bring in. That's who I'd bring in. So still nothing. Yeah, all we have about all we have about Raya is that he's with the squad apparently. So much questions and the clock is not helping. I know, 35 minutes. I don't know what to do. Bless you. Thank you, Nabil. Thank you again for the 10 gifted earlier, man. Absolute legend. Semenyo to Smith Rowe, game week 8. You could do that. I mean, I'd probably just bench Semenyo for 8, 9, and 10. Because after that, they've got a ridiculous fixture. And they've got Brentford, Brighton, Wolves, Ipswich, West Ham, Palace, Fulham, all coming up. And he's had the most shots out of any player in the league as well. Like, Bournemouth look really, really good attacking. So I definitely would keep... I'd probably just keep Semenyo. I think he's going to go big over the next 2 as well anyway. So that's probably why I'd do that. I just don't know what to do. Do I even go Raya if he starts, man? I mean... I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this draft a bit more now. I feel like it's a bit... Obviously, no Trent, but... I don't think Trent is like a must. Is captaining Mbeumo risky? Not risky at all. Brentford love scoring in the first 30 seconds, so... but at the same time, I'd probably go Haaland or Saka or Salah this week. At the moment, my team is Flecken, 4 mil, goalkeeper, Gvardiol, Trent, Mikolenko, phase. No, looks good to me. That does music. That looks very nice. Really good wildcard draft, that is. Who is my captain? This is my current wildcard. So Haaland is my captain this week. Palmer obviously eats up a lot of my budget, but I just what he can do is just, I feel like I really want him this season. I have Gabriel, Saka, and Havertz. Any goalkeeper better than Henderson with good fixtures. Bank 5.8. Then Henderson, yeah, dude, Henderson's not a good option at the moment. I'd think Sells, Flecken, really good options. If Raya is 50-50, is there a consideration that Arteta benches him for Leicester to keep Raya fit for PSG? But if he but why would he then be with the squad? Like, there's no reason for him to be with the squad. If he is injured as a goalkeeper, there's no point of you being in the squad if you're first choice. Because, like, you may as well just be recovering at home. I just don't, like, if it's like an outfield player, fair enough. Completely makes sense. But as a goalkeeper, you're not going to get subbed on. Like, unless there's a big injury. So, but if you're injured yourself, you may as well just stay at home. Like, for me, that's just how I'm thinking it. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking it wrong, but I just think if you're the first choice keeper and you're in the squad, you're going to start. That's just what I think. But I don't want to tell people that he's going to start because I don't know. I just don't understand. Bench Rodgers, Semenyo, or DCL. Probably bench Rodgers out of those. Is it too template because I find FPL funner when I go different? No, I mean, there's a lot of template options, but there's just, I think there's certain options that you kind of have to go with on a wildcard. I appreciate that, Ivan. I appreciate that, man. I don't think I am, but I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you very much. I can only consider downgrading Rodgers, Semenyo, or Solanke to get Raya in, sadly. Yeah, I mean, do you already have at least one Arsenal defender? Because if you don't have any Arsenal defence, then I'd definitely be thinking of... I mean, but the thing about Raya in this week, like, if he was fine, then yeah, probably, but you just don't know if he's going to start. So it's just a risk. To get rid of one of those players, to get a... To have, like, a risk of Raya not starting is just a little bit worrying. Why not Aina? I just think that he's not as attacking as I'd like him to be, and Milenkovic is a threat on corners. He's a tall dude. My second favourite sport to watch. It's a bit rogue, but probably snooker. That's probably my second favourite sport after football, which is a completely different sport. But that's probably, I mean, my favourite sport is football, snooker, and probably table tennis, which are like all completely different sports. But I don't know, they're all different. That's just what that's the game. Why no Porro? I just don't really like him as an option anymore. 5.6 mil. He's not on set pieces because Madison is and Kulusevski are, and he's just for that price. I just don't think he's worth it. I started the season with him, and he was frustrating me not being on his set pieces. And like I say, for that price, I just don't think I'd go with him. He's good, like when Spurs fixtures change, obviously, but they're so bad at the back. It's just, I think it's just a bit too much money. If he was 5 mil, I'd have him in a heartbeat, but. Okay, would you go Rodgers, Vardy, or Dibblings Wood? Rodgers and Vardy or Dibblings and Wood? Probably Rodgers and Vardy. Who are your starting defenders? If this is my draft, then this is... My starting defenders are right there. No Watkins, no Watkins. Which 3 defenders are you starting next week? So yeah, next week it would be... it'd probably be Trent, Gabriel, and Mikolenko. Because obviously Milenkovic has... Then again, Greaves has, I think, a decent fixture, right? It could even be Greaves. Is it a home fixture? I don't know. West Ham away. Could even be Greaves. But probably Mikolenko with Newcastle at home. I can upgrade to a 4.4 mil defender if I wanted to, but... yeah, I could also go with FaZe instead of Greaves if I wanted to. Raul over Larson from Wolves. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I think Larson just links really well with Calvert-Lewin, because obviously Calvert-Lewin has Newcastle at home next week. Larson has Brentford away. And then Calvert-Lewin has a good fixture when Larson has City at home. And then Larson has Brighton away, Palace at home, Southampton at home, Fulham away, Bournemouth. So it's just... I could even still play DCL against Newcastle, but the option is there if I wanted to change. I think he just rotates nicely with Calvert-Lewin. Whereas like next week, Wood's got Chelsea away and Calvert-Lewin's got Newcastle at home, so they both have tough fixtures. Branthwaite is back for Everton, yeah. Are you going with Raya despite the rumours? I think if we don't get concrete news that he starts, then I'll probably go with... This is my non-Raya draft, which I do quite like. So I've got Edison instead of Raya. Mikolenko is upgraded to Mazraoui. We have got rid of Trent for Saliba, and then we've also got rid of Larson for Wood. And then that would be my draft. And then I'd probably play Gabriel, Saliba, Milenkovic. Probably play a 3-4-3 and bench Rodgers. Keep João Pedro or get rid of. I mean, he's not playing this week, so if you have a good bench to cover him, then maybe keep him one more week. But Eze, Smith Rowe, and Wood, pick any two. Probably Eze and Wood. Why Milenkovic over Reina? I just think he's got a bit of an aerial threat from corners. A lot of people are wondering that. I just think he's gotten, like, Ina's numbers going forward aren't really that good. He's not really an attacking fullback. Whereas Milenkovic, he can always score off a corner. Like, it's just personal preference, really. You go, like, if you want to go Ina, you go Ina. This is just who I'm going with. Transferring Wood or Calvert-Lewin. I think Calvert-Lewin has the better fixtures, but Wood's playing in a better team. I think Forest are a lot better this season, especially going forward. Aren't you considering Diaz? No. Duran standing up top for me. We know he's scoring. He will. He'll come off the bench and score. He always does. Mbumo or Semenyo? Probably Mbumo, but they're both really nice options. I think they're both going to go big over the next few weeks. Flecken, Gabriel, Canate, Konza, Lewis, Saka, Diaz, Rodgers, Mbumo, Semenyo, Wood, Haaland, Havertz, Bank 1.8. Who should I change? Saka, Diaz, Rodgers, Mbumo, Semenyo, Wood, Haaland, Havertz, Flecken, Gabriel. I'd probably bring in another... Probably just bring in double Arsenal defence. Probably get rid of... I'll probably get rid of Canate. Maybe not Canate. Maybe Konza or Lewis and bring in Saliba. Smith Rowe to Dibbling and Lewis to Milenkovic and Solanke to Havertz. Smith Rowe to Dibbling and Lewis to Milenkovic and Solanke to... I mean, it's not terrible. I don't mind it. I think Solanke's fine, though. I wouldn't get rid of Solanke this week. Thoughts on Haaland, Watkins, and a 4.5? Thoughts on Haaland, Watkins, and a 4.5? It's just like, how good's your bench? How good is your bench? Because the thing is, there's so many fixtures this week, this season. I think the bench is going to be needed, and I just think 4.5 mil striker. There's nobody that's going to be getting you any points. Southwood, how you doing? Kyle, play McNeil or Rodgers. I have DCL starting. Play McNeil or Rodgers. I'd probably just go Rodgers this week. I'd probably play Rodgers over McNeil this week, yeah. -4 to remove Jota. I wouldn't take a -4 to remove Jota, no. Mbumo in for Jota or Semenyo, or get both Mbumo and Semenyo and sell Smith Rowe for a -8. Mbumo for Jota or Semenyo, or get both. I like Mbumo and Semenyo more. I mean, Jota could start this week. He's playing his old team as well, so he could score. Are there any new... I just don't know what to do, man. Because I quite like this draft now, you know. I don't think Trent is a must. I quite like this draft. I don't know, man. 0.1 mil bank if I go with this. Because I still have double Arsenal defence. I've got Edison who's got really good fixtures as well. Like, I've got Fulham at home, Wolves away, Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton. Like, the fixtures are so good. I just don't know. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Salah, Saka, or Mbumo captain. Probably Salah or Saka. I don't know, because Mbumo can go big as well. Probably Salah or Saka. Start Rico Lewis or Greaves or Harwood Bellis. I mean, I'd start Rico Lewis. We hopefully get early team news. We've got 25 minutes. I need to decide what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. We need Raya news. I just don't see why Raya would be in the hotel if he wasn't starting. But part of me doesn't want him to start, because then it would just lock me into this draft. And I kind of like this draft. I don't know, chat. What draft do you think is better, 1 or 2? So this is the first one. So Raya, Trent, Milenkovic, Gabriel, Mbumo, Palmer, Saka, Rodgers, Semenyo, Calvert-Lewin, and Haaland. So this is draft 1. And then this is draft 2. So I have Edison in instead of Raya. I have Saliba instead of Trent. And then I have Wood instead of Larson. I just don't know which one's better. I just don't know what's over the long term. Who would I go between the two? I'd probably captain Salah. Start Udogi or Robinson? Probably Robinson. You think the first one's better, Stefan? Do I think Jota will start? Yeah, I think Jota starts. But, you know, he's just a minute's risk anyway going forward, isn't he? Like, like the only Liverpool attackers that I'd really be interested in are Salah and Diaz, but even Diaz and minutes could easily change. I just like the Liverpool presence somewhere, so draft one. Yeah, that's just from a defensive standpoint though. Is the fixtures just aren't that good for Liverpool, are they? Like Wolves, Palace are great, but then Chelsea, Arsenal, Villa. Like, is he really gonna go that big? Like, he's probably gonna do big again. Like, if he doesn't get the clean sheet against Wolves today and does nothing, I'll start thinking that I've made a massive mistake. Like, in a worst case scenario, Raya doesn't start and then Trent loses the clean sheet. Peterson, he's been a troll for me. Oh, Edison. Yeah, I know, but it's just without Rodri as well. Like, the defensive numbers aren't going to be as good. Is Raya out? We don't know. We don't know. He's apparently been spotted at the hotel. Should I take Porro out for Gabriel for a -4? Probably not a -4 because, yeah, Gabriel's probably going to keep a clean sheet, but then that's only getting you an extra 2 points. And if Porro does anything against United, then obviously you're going to go down points. Which one are you leaning more on? I mean, I really like this draft, to be fair, because I keep Trent. I have Palmer, Saka, Haaland. I have double Arsenal defence. Really, really like the midfield. I really like the midfield in this draft. And then Calvert-Lewin rotates well with Larson. The only big missing thing is obviously I'd probably prefer Wood. Would I though? I don't know if I would. And then obviously there's no Liverpool attackers in midfield, but I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Thoughts on Havertz's captaincy? I don't mind it. It's not terrible. There's better options this week. It's definitely very, very punty. Isak starting today. Apparently he's got a broken toe, so I don't think he's personally going to start, but that's just my opinion. I mean, Newcastle, even if he starts, they're playing City anyway, so. Milenkovic or Lewis? Milenkovic is much safer, but Lewis obviously a lot more points there. No news on Lewis yet. I mean, I don't know if we've even had any team leaks. I don't think we have had any team leaks. I don't think we've had any at all. I just think... So for everyone that wanted the Sun news, Postecoglou did say that Sun would be given every chance to feature. He wants to train tomorrow. So I think Sun should be fine for people that are asking about him. Thoughts on Nketiah? I don't really like Nketiah as an option at the moment. I think there's much better strikers around that price point. Dude, we've got 20 minutes, man. And then... Don't know, man. I don't know. No news on Raya at the moment. I mean, apparently he's with the squad at the hotel. Apparently. But... I don't know. It's not been fully confirmed. Apparently there's a video, but I feel like if there was a video, it would have been seen by now. Raya has been seen. I know. Oh, is this the video? David Raya is a survivor of the Arsenal team at the hotel now. This doesn't mean he's playing or starting. Okay, so the video is up. Where is he in this video? Where is he in this video? Oh, there he is. So he's with the squad. He's definitely with the squad. There's a video circulating of him with the squad. So for me, why would he be with the squad if he doesn't start as a goalkeeper? Raya has been spotted. Why would you be there? If you're the first choice keeper, why would you be there if you don't start? Focal's tweeted. Yeah, I've seen the video as well. So Raya has been spotted. I personally think he starts. I think I just go with this draft. I think he starts, personally. I think he starts. I don't know why he'd be there if he doesn't start. Gordon replacement, I have 1 mil in the bank. Do you have Mbumo? Mbumo is a really good option. Semenyo is obviously a really good option. Yeah, Raya has been spotted. Doesn't help. I mean, it does help a little bit, but it just also doesn't confirm anything. Like, it doesn't confirm that he starts. But at the same time, why else would he be there? Canate or Delit? Probably Canate now and then Delit later on in the season. Any news if Lewis is starting? Nothing on Lewis yet. We've not had any team leaks for City, which is surprising because it's the first kickoff. I lost a lot of team value over the last couple of weeks by letting players drop and buy after rising. Feel like giving up now and too far behind. You're not too far behind, man. Trust me. One good week and you're straight back into it. Dibbling as a cheap midfielder. Yeah, as a 4.5 mil midfielder, Dibbling's probably the best. Jackson or Havertz? Havertz. Watkins or Diaz for a differential captain? I think it's one of those weeks you don't go differential. Shorty Palmer to Diaz and Larson to Solanke Jackson. Palmer's fixture run not great till game week 12. They have Brighton and then Forest both at home. What do you mean? The next two fixtures for Chelsea are great. And then after that, the only really bad fixture really is Liverpool away. Because Newcastle at home is a good fixture. They've been terrible. United's a fine fixture. Yeah, Arsenal at home is tough, but like Palmer's fixture proof. He can score against anyone. He's on penalties. Saw what he did last season. Like if he explodes today, people are going to be like, I mean, he could do nothing today. Like Diaz could go big and Palmer does nothing, and then everyone will be like, I told you so. But if Palmer goes big and Diaz does nothing, like Diaz might not even start. Gakpo could start, and then everyone's like, I want Palmer now. So it's one of those. Why did I switch Aina for Milenkovic? I just like his threat on corner. He's a very tall dude, so. Saka, captain instead of Haaland. Yeah, I mean, he's my vice. He's a good option, really. Maybe he's the joker that is needed for morale in the dressing room. Could be. Could be. Video of Raya with a squad leaving hotel on Twitter. Yeah, I've just seen it. I think he starts, personally. I personally think he starts, but that's just me. Do I think it enough to keep my team like this? Definitely not, but... morning angle. Any look getting the players in? How you doing, Ash? Saka captain instead of Haaland. Oh, I just read that. Mikolenko or Mazraoui? I mean, Mikolenko... I think Mikolenko's better now, but then obviously Mazraoui later on down the line is good. Start Lewis or Gvardiol or both? Probably start Gvardiol over Lewis, but we don't know which one. Like, I'm surprised we've not had any team news about City at the moment. Yeah, Raya with the Arsenal squad. Like I say, I think Solanke's a great shout. A lot of people are saying why I've not got him. If Son doesn't start, he's automatically, it hurts him a little bit, but I just don't think we're going to get information on if Raya starts or not. I just don't think we're going to get that. Which sucks. Because that's the one player I need to know, because it just changes. It makes or breaks my wildcard draft. Is he limping in the video? No, he's not. I don't know, man. Maybe I play it safe and just go Edison. I could go Edison instead of Raya. Who would you bench for Solanke, Rodgers, Semenyo, or Wood? I'd probably bench Rodgers out of those. Start Semenyo or Rodgers, Semenyo. And bring in one 4.5 mil defender instead with two 4 mil defenders on the bench. Oh, I can't get Rico Lewis with Diaz 0.1 off it, so I'm thinking Solanke, Chari, Lewis, and Davis. It gives me overall stronger squad thoughts. I mean, I think a stronger squad is a bit more essential this season, yeah, 100%. Bench Porro or Aina. I'd probably play Porro this week. Is Solanke essential? I don't think he's essential. Would you bench Rodgers or Wood? I'd probably bench Rodgers. No news on Rico Lewis. No news on Rico Lewis. Yeah, Isak doesn't start, apparently. But Murphy does. Have we had team news for Newcastle? Like, nobody's really... I mean, obviously the Isak news is needed, but... It's oh, I just read that. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I could play it safe and go with this draft. This is a safe draft. This is a much safer draft. Maybe I just go with this. And then... Because do I really need... You vote for the rare draft. Yeah, I really like the rare draft. I really do like this draft. I do really, really like the draft. But 0.1 in the bank as well. I don't think Lewis is essential, no. Not at all. I think, remember, Rodri's not in the City squad at the moment, is he? Like, he's out for the season. I think that's going to really, really impact City. We all saw how bad, not bad they were, but how worse they were at the back without Rodri when he got injured last season. And now they have all season of that. I think the rare draft is safer. I like this rare draft. Yeah, if I can afford Wood over DCL, should I do it? It's honestly 50-50. They're both on pens. Obviously, Calvert-Lewin does save you a little bit of money. I think Calvert-Lewin does have the better fixtures. Raya or Havertz? Probably Havertz. I think he's just safer, isn't he? Lewis is probably a troll, but the truth price, I can't not consider him. Yeah, no, I mean, look, if he starts like most of the fixtures, then you're going to love it because you've got a very cheap way into that defense. Captain Haaland or Diaz? Haaland. Agree, they're bad defensively without Rodri. Yeah, so that's also something to take into account. Why no Diaz? I don't want him. I think you should consider that rare. I think you should consider the rare draft, even if he doesn't start. I think he will start next week. Yeah, but going on a wild card with 10 players, I think is just a bit silly. I think you kind of have like you need the 11 players for a wild card draft. Like it'd be silly to go with 10. Like you'd just be shooting yourself in the foot. Start Milenkovic or who? I'm assuming that's supposed to be Konza. If that's your question, then Konza. Oh man, 11 minutes. This is my team, right? If this is my locked-in team, yeah. Okay, so this is my actual team. If I weren't to wild, if I weren't gonna do anything, is Raya playing? Don't know. He's been seen at the squad. He's been seen with the squad at the hotel, but that's it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think for this week, this is a safer draft, obviously. But I really want Trent against Wolves as well. Ina's not injured, no. Where are you getting that from? Best goalkeeper rotation? I haven't really looked. I assume Flecken and maybe Sells or something. You're not going to hear more about Raya? No, we're not. We're not going to hear anything about Raya. So, let me ask a poll. Let me do a poll. Just doing a quick poll. See what you guys think. See what you guys think. Trent is a lock. Dallo or Ina? Probably Ina. Choose Ina, Mikolenko, Lewis or Konza. To start, I'd probably go Konza, Ina, and Lewis maybe. But we don't know if Lewis starts. Palmer to Diaz. I don't want Diaz in my team. What do you think of my wildcard team? Defense, Trent, Konza, Van der Beng, Diaz, Saka, Smith Rowe, Rogers, Salah, Haaland, Raul, Calvert-Lewin, Greaves, Keane. I mean, I'd probably start Calvert-Lewin over Raul this week, but yeah, it's not bad. You think Watkins, Solanke, Haaland is better than trying to get Diaz in? Gives me a stronger bench to having that front three. Yeah, it's a very strong front three. The thing about Diaz is obviously he's been on fire, he's been on form, but at the same time he is still a minutes risk. Like Gakpo could start today. Like imagine if Gakpo starts today. It's gonna be absolutely like mind blown. There's another Raya video. Bit clearer. I might just risk it. I might just pull the He's there. He's chilling, man. He's chilling like normal. In this video. Like, I might just risk it. I might just risk it. If Gakpo starts with Riot. That's what I mean. I just don't want benching headaches. I just don't want benching headaches anymore, man. Pedro, Porro, or Robinson start? I'd probably start Porro. Just a bit more attacking than Robinson, isn't he? Yeah, good point. Also, Diaz is a short-term pick, and then he'll probably leave most squads anyway. That's what I mean. I think I'm a lot happier with Palmer in my team than Diaz. Because he's not a minutes risk, unless they're already like 3-4 up. He's on penalties. He's the talisman. And he can score against anyone. And we all saw what he did last season. Aren't you at least going to get a Liverpool player for Wolves? I've got Trent. Start Matoma or Smith Rowe. Probably Smith Rowe. I think I'm just going to risk it. I think I'm just going to go Raya. If he doesn't start, then it is what it is. You know, it's part of the game. You got to take the risk. If he doesn't start, I go in with 10 players, and it is what it is. I mean, Arsenal, I'm talking about like Arsenal's a guaranteed a clean sheet. They're not. They obviously are very likely to keep a clean sheet, but they're not guaranteed it. Yeah. He looks so fine in the video as well. He's not limping. He's absolutely fine. I think, he's fine, man. I just don't know why he'd be with the squad if he doesn't start as a first choice keeper. I'm just going Raya. Screw it. I'm doing this draft. I'm locking this in. I'm locking this draft in. ESR or Semenyo? Semenyo. Doing Diaz to Bowen next week. Change my mind. I mean, what's Bowen's fixtures looking like? Are they? I don't even know what the fixtures. Brentford and then Ipswich at home next week. But then they've got Spurs and United. I don't know. I don't think Bowen's a shout really until like 14. Because then they've got Leicester, Wolves, Bournemouth, Brighton, and Southampton. I'm going to stay clear of him. I'm going to stay clear of him. Right, okay. Get rid of that. Right, I have... So this is my squad. So I've got 0.1 in the bank. Is there any... Would all Rodgers start? I'd probably start Wood. Einer or Dallo? Dallo. Yeah, probably Einer this week. You never substitute goalkeepers, so it wouldn't make sense. That's what I mean. Like, if he was injured, he just wouldn't be there. If he's the first choice keeper. If he's an outfield player, understandable. If you're a first choice keeper and you're with the squad, you're gonna start. You may as well be at home resting because you're not gonna get subbed on. So for me, if he's there, walk in fine as well. By the way, he's not limping or anything. I think he starts. I think I've seen enough for me to make the decision to. Rico Lewis starts, by the way. Rico Lewis does start. Haaland starts, obviously. Water's wet. Rico Lewis starts. That's some big news. That's some big news. You can go Semenyo to Dibbling, then Larson to Wood. But Semenyo's had the most shots in the league this season. And he's about to play Southampton at home. I can't go without Semenyo. Lewis starts. I have 0.1 in the bank. I'm 0.1 off Lewis with Milenkovic. Should I change my team around for Lewis, or is it too late? You've got 5 minutes. Thing is, though, Lewis could start this week against Newcastle away, concede, and then he might get benched against Fulham at home, where you'd want him to play. So I'm not going to tear my team up for him. He's a great option, but Lewis does start. That's the first official bit of team leaks that we've had, and it's 5 minutes till the deadline. But yeah, Lewis does start. That is, and Haaland starts as well. But like I say. Hence, a good bench is needed for him. Yeah, a good bench is needed for Lewis, 100%. I'm just going to go Raya. I'm just locked in. I think it's like... I quite like that my draft is really, like, not template. Like, the template draft is basically Raya, Trent, maybe, or Raya, Lewis, Gabriel, someone like that. And then the midfield is just... Everyone's midfield is Mbumo, Rodgers, Semenyo, Saka, and Diaz. And then everybody's got, like, either Solanke, Calvert-Lewin, or Wood or something like that. So... It is quite a bit different. But I don't know. I think Palmer's going to go big, man. Well, I don't understand any of this yet. I understand football, buying all this. But what if there is an inside problem with the coach? That could be in the bill. You never know. You never know. Usually they come out and say something like that, though. Usually they come out and say something like that. I think I'm locked in with this. Lewis confirmed start. Yeah, Lewis confirmed start, yeah. Should I get rid of Wood to get Raya? I wouldn't get rid of Wood to get Raya because there's no guarantee that Raya starts. Just because I'm locked in with Raya doesn't mean that he starts, obviously. But yeah, I think I like this draft, man. I like this draft. I do like this draft. The Larson pick is obviously very rogue as well. Like no one's going Larson. Lewis does start, yeah. Start Calvert-Lewin or Rodgers. Probably start Calvert-Lewin. Now Lewis starts. Would you go him over Pau Torres? I mean, probably because Villa's fixtures aren't great from a defensive standpoint. They've got United and then Fulham and Bournemouth. It's not terrible, but the thing is, though, Lewis starts this week, but then he might start next week. He might not start next week. I'm doing Semenyo to Dibbling, Larson to Wood and Milenkovic to Lewis. Start one of Rico Lewis, Konza or ESR. Well, Rico Lewis starts, so him. I thought about Larson, to be fair, under the radar pick. Yeah, I mean, the fixture's just so good for him. Like, after City at home in 8, like, I could play him next week who's got Brentford away. But then after game week 8, he's got Brighton, Palace, Southampton, Fulham, Bournemouth, Everton, West Ham, Ipswich, Leicester. Like, I can play him in any of those fixtures. Like, he's going to be my bench striker, but I can play him in any of those fixtures. He started every single fixture this season. He's already got a goal. He's already had an assist. He's only 5.5. I think he's fine to have as a bench. And if worse comes to worse and he does start getting bench loads, I'll just get rid of him for somebody like Raul Jimenez. I start Wood over Rodgers. Oh my god, 1 minute 43. Jeez. Oh my god. Are there any last minute leaks? Just Lewis and Haaland starts. That's all we've had. Anything with Raya last minute. Make sure to lock in your team's chat if you haven't already. I'm just going to go Raya. He's fine in the video. He looks absolutely fine. I'm going to go Raya. You're going to flop? Mate, dude. Go with Solanke? No, it's too late now. I've left it too late. Even if I wanted to change my team up, I've got like a minute. No, I'm happy with this team. Haaland captain, Saka vice. Start these 3. Do I start Mikolenko over Milenkovic? No, I think Milenkovic is more likely to keep a clean sheet. He might get bullet header as well. Havertz or Saliba? Probably Saliba. I'd go 2 at the back. I'd go 2 Arsenal defenders. Best of luck though, chat. Remember, if you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and all that jazz. All the links are in the description. Good luck all, especially if you've wildcarded. I've kept faith in Trent, so I hope he delivers today. I'm keeping 1.5 mil on the bench. Ops on Timber. He's not really. The only Arsenal defenders I'd go for are Gabriel and Saliba. Also, a few different players from the template is good. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, there's no point of having the same team as everyone else. You're not going to win if you've got the same team as everyone else. Your team is in shambles. Well, the deadline's just passed, so hopefully you sorted it. But we are locked in, I believe. I do need to take a picture of this team. But there we go, chat. Locked in. Game week 6. Wildcard is locked in. I've captained Mbumo and started Neto with Kepa versus Southampton on the bench. Wish me luck. Got a bad feeling about this already. I was going to make DCL to Solanke. Yeah, I mean, if you have the money, Solanke's a good shout. But pray for me, everyone. Dude. It's, that's it. We're locked in, chat. We're locked in, I believe. We're locked in. We are locked in. I'm happy. I'm happy with my team. If Raya starts, I'm very happy with my team. I'm very happy with my team. If Raya bloody starts. Which, hey, I think he does. Anyway, though, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll be back live next week, next deadline stream. So hopefully see you all then. Obviously, there'll be the Monday. We'll have the video on how we did this week. But either way, thank you for watching, guys. Big thank you to Nabil for the 10 gifted at the start of the stream as well. Thank you so much, man. Absolute legend. I will see you all later on. Best of luck, guys. Have a good weekend. Take care. And until next time, peace.